In a small tribe in South Africa, we see a man named Andrew, who is both a doctor and a father by profession. Today, however, he is very disappointed because he could not save the life of a small child. What he doesn't know is that he is going to die in a short time because the people there are now coming to kill him. They have found out that Andrew and his wife are Christians. He immediately goes to Julia and tells her that a man has informed him that the people of the tribe are searching for them and are about to reach them. But they leave everything behind and start running because they love their lives the most. Up until now, no one knew about their religion. Who knows who has filled their ears? And we all know what happens when religion gets out of hand. Well, a little distance from this tribe, there is a small airstrip where we see a small plane standing. Its pilot, Broom, asks the people there for permission to let him fly from that spot, but they do not agree because he doesn't have the right documents, and his plane is also not in the right condition. So he bribes them to get the permission he needs. Then he meets Andrew and Julia, who ask him to take them along with him, but Broom takes advantage of their helplessness. He tells them that he will take double the money from them, and they will have to leave all their belongings behind. Andrew immediately agrees because the most important thing at this time is to save their lives. They sit in the plane, and in total there are 7 people aboard, with Broom being the 8th. The plane takes off, and they slowly start moving towards their destination. Andrew is sure that today, he will reach home early and will first meet his parents. However, soon he will face a test because in a short while the winds start changing, and the plane begins to sway from side to side. Broom says that this is his daily routine, so he sits comfortably, but after a short while, the situation worsens. One of the plane's engines fails, and the second engine could fail at any time. Meanwhile, Broom notices that the fuel pipe has burst. Then what was bound to happen happens. The plane rapidly starts descending. The pilot is unable to do anything, and after some time, the plane crash lands on the ground, shattering into pieces. All around them is a desert and rugged terrain where lions and wolves roam freely. A boy named Max loses his wife in the accident, and Julia's leg breaks. Broom comes out, looks around, and sees that the entire plane has been separated in the middle. There is no one around, and if any help comes, it will only be in 2 weeks because a plane will pass over them only then, unless some miracle happens before that. For now, they have to be brave because in such bright sunlight, a person can die of thirst and hunger before anything else. During this, a man named Thong scolds Broom and says that all this happened because of him. The condition of his plane was very bad, yet he was flying it. Broom tells him that now is not the time to argue. They are in the middle of the dangerous forests of South Africa, surrounded by lions. Andrew's family lives here, and they have to get out of here before evening, or the lions will start hunting them at night. Broom says he has seen on the map that there is a nearby tribe where they can ask for help. Everyone gets ready to go, but Andrew refuses because he cannot leave Julia, whose leg is broken and she cannot walk. He tells them to go and send help if they find it. We see that Broom has a gun, which he keeps with him, but someone suggests he give it to Julia since she is alone. Broom refuses outright and says that he has to save his own life, not others. After walking for some time, Max tells Broom that they are going in the wrong direction and should turn back. But Broom doesn't listen to anyone, saying that he flies on this route every week and knows it well. All the people are unaware of the path except for Broom, so they follow him. After walking far from their crash site, they find only desert, no sign of humans or life. A man named Trot gets tired and collapses, but Broom gives him water and tells him to get up because they still have some distance to cover. Trot stands up and starts walking again. All 4 of them reach a high rock where Broom believed they would be able to see the village ahead. But when they get there, they only see an endless desert stretching before them. Disappointed, Max gets angry at Broom and hits him repeatedly. He says, "You showed us the wrong way. I told you that we were going in the wrong direction. My heart is also telling me to shoot you." Thong calms him down, saying, "If we keep fighting like this, soon we'll be thirsty and exhausted. We need to reach the plane quickly, and tomorrow we can move in another direction." Meanwhile, we see Andrew sitting near Julia, protecting her. He feels something nearby. Some lions have caught the scent of blood and are lurking at a short distance. Max, on the other hand, determined, Max takes the gun and goes off on his own, seemingly inviting death. Now the remaining 3, Broom, Thong, and Trot, start returning, but they are too tired to walk any further. But when they arrive, they are horrified to see blood everywhere and claw marks on the ground. Andrew and Julia are nowhere to be found. It looks as if someone has been brutally killed. Broom begins searching around to figure out what happened when he's suddenly attacked from behind. It's Andrew. He screams at Broom, saying, "Because of you, my wife died. The lions took her. If you had given me the gun, I could have saved her." Just as Andrew is about to do something drastic, Thong intervenes by firing a flare, separating them. For a while, no one speaks. Then Broom approaches Thong and tells him they can lock themselves in the plane's cockpit, but only 3 people can fit. Someone will have to spend the night outside. Broom goes to Andrew to discuss this, but Andrew accuses him of something else. He says, "Broom smuggles animals and horns. That's why the plane was overloaded, and there was a hole somewhere. That's why the plane crashed and we ended up stuck here." They decide to toss a coin to determine who will sleep outside. The coin is tossed, and it's Trot's turn. He is terrified, but Andrew gives him his locket and says, "Just remember God, and nothing will happen to you." The 3 of them adjust themselves in the cockpit and close the door. They instruct Trot to keep the fire burning to ward off any animals. Trot follows their instructions, keeping the fire alive throughout the night. Later that night, they hear the sound of gunshots. Max is still out there, firing his gun, which enrages the lions. They tear him apart. A short while later, Andrew feels the need to go to the bathroom. He steps outside without realizing that a cobra has slithered into the cockpit behind him. He returns and wakes Trot, then heads back inside. After some time, Andrew falls asleep. But something goes wrong. The fire outside goes out, and the lions attack Trot. His screams reach the others, but none of them have the courage to go out and save him. In a panic, Thong accidentally opens the cockpit door and sees the lions devouring Trot. One of the lions notices them, but Thong quickly shuts the door. However, another problem arises. The cobra, which had followed Andrew into the cockpit, bites Thong. Broom quickly reacts, stabbing Thong's leg to prevent the venom from spreading and killing the snake, saving their lives. Somehow, they survive this horrible night. As morning breaks, Andrew is the first to go outside. He quietly sits down against a tree, noticing blood all over the plane. Broom approaches him and says, "We have to leave quickly. The lions could return at any time, and we can't survive many more days without food and water." But Andrew, exhausted and broken, refuses to go. His whole world has collapsed. Julia, the only person he had left, is now gone. Broom doesn't press the matter further and helps Thong, who is weak and numb in one leg, out of the plane. Broom gives Thong a stick to help him walk, and they prepare to leave. Then, miraculously, they see a car approaching in the distance. Broom shouts to Andrew, "We're saved." But as the car draws nearer, they realize it's not help. It's the same tribe that was searching for Andrew. The tribesmen grab him and start abusing him. Thong, who belongs to their tribe, tries to speak to them in their language, but no one listens. They don't listen and tell Andrew, "You people come here and steal from our land." But all this wasn't enough. When they see the smugglers, their anger intensifies. They're about to shoot Andrew when Broom admits, "Yes, I smuggle." Thong tries to explain to them, saying, "Our plane crashed, we don't know anything about this. I know this is your land, and I am from this land too." But before he can finish, one of the tribesmen shoots him. Everyone is shocked. Now, only 2 people are left with guns pointed at them. One of the tribesmen goes back with the car to bring a truck. Morning turns into evening as they sit there, taunted by the tribesmen, who offer them water but don't give it. Time passes slowly. Both tribesmen eventually fall asleep, which Broom tries to take advantage of. He carefully moves toward the hunter, but just as he reaches him, the hunter wakes up and fires a shot. Luckily for Broom, the bullet doesn't go off. The other partner tries to react, but at that moment, Andrew comes from behind and kills him with a gun. However, while killing him, Andrew starts crying because he's a doctor. His job is to save lives, not take them. He feels like he has committed a grave sin. Broom tries to comfort him, saying, "We had no other choice. It was either us or them." He tells Andrew, "We need to move. If the others return and find their people dead, we'll be in big trouble." But Andrew, exhausted and in despair, refuses to go. Broom insists, and they start moving forward, supporting each other. Andrew's leg was injured, and he had been shot earlier, so after a short distance he collapses. Broom encourages him, "Look ahead. You just need to reach that rock. No lions can come there. I'll leave you there and go to the village to get help." Summoning all his remaining strength, Andrew moves toward the rock. He reaches it, but when it's time to climb, his body gives out. Meanwhile, Broom spots a group of lions approaching from a distance. He tries to push Andrew up the rock, but Andrew's hand slips, and he falls back down. The lions are getting closer, so Broom picks him up and lifts him onto the rock. As they reach the top, they see a fire burning in the distance, a sign that villagers are nearby and can save them. However, their ordeal isn't over. The lions have come dangerously close and begin trying to climb the rock. Andrew and Broom hide, but the lions can smell the blood. Broom initially thinks the lions will leave after a while, but when they don't, he makes a difficult decision. He tells Andrew, "Because of me, you lost your wife, who was everything to you. That day, the child you were treating also died because I didn't deliver the medical supplies in time. I was too busy smuggling. I don't deserve to live. I need to atone for my sins." He then says, "Look, there's a village nearby. I'll distract the lions so you can escape." Andrew begs him not to do it, but Broom doesn't listen. He runs out in front of the lions, screaming to draw their attention. They quickly chase him down and begin devouring him alive. Andrew listens to his screams but doesn't dare look because it's too painful to witness. Following Broom's instructions, Andrew starts making his way toward the village. However, his injured leg prevents him from going far, and he collapses. Feeling his death is imminent, Andrew reflects on Broom's sacrifice and refuses to give up. He tries to fend off the approaching lions with a stick, and just then, a powerful lightning strike scares the lions away. Moments later, a miracle happens. It starts raining in the desert. Andrew, still unable to walk, eventually loses consciousness. As the rain pours down, he has a vision of his wife standing in front of him, telling him to hold on just a little longer. He faints. When the rain stops, the villagers come to collect water and find Andrew lying there. They rescue him and take him back to their village. And with that, the story ends. So that's it. Hope you enjoy the story. Subscribe and press the bell icon for more videos.